But first, a day of remembrance and protest on this one-year anniversary of the October 7th terror attack in Israel. 1,200 Israelis were killed on that day. 100 hostages are still being held. And more than 40,000 people killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza that followed.
Here in Israel, they're still reeling from the Hamas massacre now 1 year later. I'm Josh Einiger with how a nation of war marks the grimmest of milestones.
And you are looking at live pictures right now from Road Cam 7. Protesters are moving through Manhattan. This is a live picture. The protests have been peaceful as right now they are at 7th Avenue and West 34th Street. And good evening to you on this very busy Monday night. I'm Liz Chow.
And I'm Bill Ritter. Lots going on tonight. We're starting with large protests in Manhattan today. That's, of course, marking the October 7th terror by Hamas last year. Thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters rallying in Lower Manhattan at Union Square Park and at Washington Square Park, and then headed north. And this evening, they've headed for another rally at Columbus Circle outside Central Park. Have to wonder how big a gathering for those who want ceasefires and peace.
Earlier today, dueling protests on the campus of Columbia University, different sets of students holding rallies and honoring victims of the terror attacks in Israel and those protesting Israeli military action in Gaza. Meanwhile, in southern Israel, people gathered at the site of the music festival where hundreds of people were killed in the attack a year ago today.
As we said, lots going on to tell you about. We'll have a live report from Josh Einiger in Israel in just a moment. But we're going to begin with Eyewitness News reporter Kemberly Richardson. She's live at the Moynihan Train Hall in Midtown Manhattan. Kemberly.
Well, Bill, we have been following these protesters all afternoon. Let me show you where I am right now. I'm at 8th and 33rd. There are NYPD officers right here, and there is a smaller group that may have broken off. These are postal officers here. They have temporarily shut down the post office, anticipating those protesters coming here. It seems that that large group that we've been following all afternoon and into the evening has made a turn another way, but there is a small group here. Local, as you hear, they are chanting. One way the law enforcement has been able to stay ahead of the protesters and kind of twist and turn as they move is they're on bicycles, they're on scooters, they have drones up above, and of course they have helicopters. So they're watching things in real time and able to get ahead of them. We were making our way over here from 5th Avenue where we did see the protesters coming this way. They then made another turn. One thing that probably would have happened here if they had come here to Moynihan Station, this is, again, 8th Avenue. This would have been shut down. Again, this is Penn Station across the street. That would have been another big disruption. Here's bike cops here as you see them coming down the bike lane on 8th Avenue. Again, one way the NYPD and other law enforcement are able to stay ahead of these protesters. We will be out here following them and bring you live reports as soon as we catch up with them. For now, we're live. I'll put it back to you in the studio.
All right, Kim, thank you. We should point out that there have been very few arrests so far today with all the protests that have been going on.